everybody. Thank you for joining so early. We're actually waiting for our guests. I hope she joins us very soon. Okay, she's here. Great. Okay, so we are talking about something very, very important today, and every parent needs to be here. Every parent needs to be in this call. So if you parents who, of course, would gain something today, so quickly share this link with them because so many things we do as adults, we don't even know it affects our children. It affects them even in life. So we have our guest here. Thank you for coming today, Mrs. Wurola
Yes, ma'am.
Olanike Wuraola.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening,
It's
ma'am.
great to have you on this conversation. Yeah. So how are you
Yes, ma'am.
doing?
I'm not seeing your face, oh.
Sorry?
I'm not seeing your
You
face.
can't see my Really, I can see yours,
Yes,
so
yes.
maybe it's network. Can you see my
Maybe
face
it's
now?
network. Maybe. No, 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 no,
But can
no.
you but can you hear me?
Hear you. I can hear you.
Wow, I'm actually seeing your face very clearly and I can hear you clearly. So probably maybe network at your
Okay, yes, I
end
can see
or
you now. I can see you now.
fantastic. Great. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Fantastic. So you are welcome to Healing Conversation with Patricia Abokede. This conversation, this program is for us to understand the effects of. Generally, this channel is for child protection. We talk about child protection. We talk about parenting. We talk about trauma recovery because lots of adults are walking up and down with their baggage of trauma, and unknowingly they distribute this trauma to other people. So how can we curb the effect of trauma on people, especially parents or parent to be? Then how do we now understand that, oh, I've been traumatized, I need to heal? Then how can we help us to break that cycle of trauma? That is what this channel is all about. So for those that are joining us for the first time, Ajibuwa Modupe, you are welcome. Jesus
That's
children,
my friend.
um,
Thank you, my darling friend. Thanks for joining.
thank you for joining. So we would like, I know about a few people have joined us. We would like to know you kindly and let us know where you are connecting from. We are talking to you. I'm talking to you from Nigeria. Mrs. Uralatu is talking to you from Nigeria. So we'd like to know where you're connecting from because we want to know how many people we are reaching. And also, this is a very important conversation that every parent should be part of this conversation. Every teacher or child care giver should be in this conversation because when we talk about domestic violence, it's not something you joke with. It's not a one person thing. Many lives has been lost in domestic violence environment. Many children have been battered, traumatized, and a lot of things has happened. And one thing we have emphasized consistently on this channel is that the experience we have in our childhood forms who we are. The what happened when we were growing up, even though we're innocent, we didn't know anything about it. Our environment, our exposures, all of those things forms the person we become. And because we have become who we become, somehow we affect our family, our neighbors, our generation. And it's good that you it happened to me. It wasn't my fault. It's not whatever it is, whether it was direct or indirect, it wasn't your fault as a child. But now that affected you, it is your duty to heal. It's not your fault that you went through what you went through, but it's your duty to heal. So today we are welcoming our guest. Her name is Mrs. Uraola Olanike Uraola. She's a civil servant and she's a children church teacher and a mommy Gio. She's
Yes, I
she's an
am.
amazing woman.
Yes, I am.
Yes, we have met a number of times. She's one of the coordinator of a program Moms Aloud, where I've been invited several times to talk about parenting, and she's an amazing woman. So she'll be sharing her story
Thank you,
with
ma'am.
us, her learning experience in that journey, how she came to the place of awareness, how she get to the stage of healing, and what message does she have for parents, because whether we like it or not, we are the mirror our children are looking at, and we need to be intentional about our
Exactly.
parenting. So Mrs. Urola, you are welcome to this conversation.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Yes, so let's go straight to the conversation. So I want to welcome all those that are joining us. Thank you all for joining. I would like you to share this link to other parents or other people, whether they are children, teachers, class, and people who run one NGO or the other that has to do with children, people who work in domestic violence environments, whatever. All of these things are important. So we are having a conversation on this, and this is very important for us to know, because our duty as adults is to protect children.
Parents.
Children, I've heard people say, and they say children are the leaders of tomorrow. When are they going to lead? We lead every day. And what forms the leadership side we have in the country, around us, at workplaces, in our marriages, is that our childhood experience, and we need to be intentional if we want a sane society. So, Mrs. Urol, I know we have had this conversation a number of times about your childhood and the experience you had in childhood. So many people think domestic violence, affects only the adults involved. And most time when the couples are fighting, for whatever reason is happening between them, they assume it's just about them. And they feel once they settle, the children can sort themselves. In fact, there's some people don't even know what they are doing is affecting the children at all. They don't have an idea that their own personal life is affecting their children. So, from your own experience, would you briefly share what's growing up in that kind of environment looks like to you? What was growing up in a domestic environment? What does it look like to you?
Okay. Let me start like this.
Let me start like
Thanks for
this.
having me once again.
Thanks for having me
My
once
name is
again. You're welcome. My
Viola.
name is Viola.
So I always say this thing
I always
that
say this thing
it is
that
better for
it is better for
parents or a
parents
being,
or a
as
being,
in a creature,
as in
a
a
creation of God,
creature, a
not to
creation
have
of God,
a
not to
child
have
at all,
a child at all,
not to have children at all, than you having that
than
children in
you
your
having that
care
children in your
from
care
God and not
from
taking
God and not
adequate
taking
care of
adequate
them.
care of them.
Because there is a way God really wants
There is
us
a way
to
God really
take care
wants
of
us
those
to take
seeds.
care of those seeds.
Because the Bible says that children are the
The Bible says that
heritage
children are
of
the
the Lord.
heritage
Ọmọ ni ìní
of the
Olúwa.
Lord. Omoni Oluwa.
So there are ways we are
There are ways
expected to
we are
take care of
expected
this
to take care
heritage.
of this heritage.
So my own background,
My
maybe
own
because
background,
they are
maybe
not really
because they are
Christians,
not really Christian,
they are just church
they are
goers.
just thought
They are
goers,
not
they
really
are not
careful
really
of what
careful
trauma,
of
or maybe they
what
don't know the meaning of
trauma, or
what
maybe
trauma
they don't
is
know the
at
meaning of what
all.
trauma is at all.
So I was born into this family
I was born into this
where
family
they just
where
marry each
they
other.
just marry each
They feel
other.
like
They
they
feel like
just have the
they
children
just
and
have the
take care of
children
them,
and
give
take
them
care of them,
food, give them
give them
clothes.
food, give them clothes.
When you have a father
When you have a
who
father
care less, I don't want to say that
careless,
he doesn't
I don't
care,
want to say that
but
he
he
doesn't
care
care,
less.
but
He
he
doesn't he
careless.
doesn't care how
He doesn't care how
the trauma
the
side or
the
what
trauma
the child
side
or
or
children
what
will
the
feel
child or children will
when those
feel
things are going on.
when those things
Do
are
you
going on.
understand?
Do you understand?
So my father is the kind of person that
Father is the kind
he
of
would
person that
always want
he
to
would
attack
always want to attack
anytime my mom asks for something.
anytime the mom asks for something,
Especially when it has to do
especially
with
when it
money,
has to do with
like
money,
needs, the
like
children needs,
needs, the
the
children needs,
home
the
upkeep,
home
the as
upkeep,
in whatever
the
needs.
as in whatever needs.
I don't want to say that maybe it's
I don't say that
Ibadan
maybe
men,
it's
but I feel
Ibadan
that
men,
he's the kind
but
of
I feel
men,
that he's
a
the kind
man
of
that
men,
always say
a
that
man
you know
that
I'm
always say
money,
that
only continue
I'm
now.
wearing only continue now.
You understand? So I grew up to know
I
that
grew up to
for
know
every
that
argument,
for every
there's a
argument
punishment for my mom. every argument, there is a punishment, a beating punishment. Every
Hmm.
question or asking about money, there will be a retaliation. There will be a fight. That why you asking me money? Me lower, I don't have money. So please. And of course, my father is not, is a polygamous man. He has other wives. You understand? He has, hope you are with me, ma.
Sure, I'm with you very well.
Okay. He has other wives, and of course, he doesn't stay in our own place every day. He just come and go, like 4 days, 5 days. I mean, he can not be, might not be around for like 5 days or a week. So my mom is always taking care of everything. If I could remember very well, my mom takes care of his wares, of his own food, of his own whatever. Our school fee, our feeding, our clothing, everything. Whenever my mom comes up with one question or the other, and when you need to come back, these children need something, they always will fight and they need to beat me my mom. So I grew up with that, like it's just the usual, like it is a norm. Even if he comes back from wherever he has been, the food must be ready, like onjemida. There must be food for him. And I feel that my mom is a very gentle woman that he's not that kind of troublesome person. He cares about her husband so much that Babayi, 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 African mom.
Hmm.
Like oúnjẹ bàbá yín o ó dà kó máa wálé ní because she always be like so but when he's not coming from Monday to Thursday by Saturday he'll be around he'll leave by Sunday so he always prepare his own side of maybe food do you understand so I used to know that
Yeah.
beating is the answer for everything for argument that it even includes us the children. If I'm not careful, my dad will use me as a cane for my mom. All these things built so many things in my heart that I was feeling that one day will be one day that I will treat this father small. I have that grudge already. So from that my childhood, I was this person that is ready to fight anybody because
Because of the
I
hurt
grew
that
up
you
under
already.
the roof where they fight. I'm ready to fight anybody. I can beat any, and you can't beat me. That's one thing about me. Nobody can beat me.
So
Nobody, no, if not even a man, not even a man can beat me. When I was young, that my mom, my siblings can testify to this. Nobody, none of them can beat me. I will beat you, and you get to the hospital. The reason is, even
so
when my
does
dad
it mean
wants to
that
beat
most
me,
maybe most
my dad won't use
that
cane to
means
beat me. Never. He will, as my mom,
wow.
like he said, like he used to fight with his 4 man. Like, oh yeah, come here.
Are you
That's my
serious?
dad fight with me. Yes. Because he feels that money egungun, I have this man power, man whatever. I'll use them like he's beating a boy. So I grew up to understand that I can defend myself anyway. I remember a story where someone, a man, is a married man. In fact, myself and that man's first child, we were mates. So he's married. And that man says something because then I grew up to hate men. I don't have boyfriends. I hate when you talk about boyfriends. Like, one fella, you're now dating. When I was in secondary school, you can hear it. I can see anybody. So this man lied against me that he saw me and a guy and a boy then because we are there. Like we are touching each other immorally. And he went to go and tell the boy's mom, and the mom confronted me. The next thing I did was to go to that man's house. Married man, no. Oh, not even my father. Oh. I dragged him out and I beat the head out of that man. Because I have that power in me that nobody can beat me. Do you understand that kind of orientation and trauma? I live that trauma. I live it. I live it like a normal life. Normal. And we have a setup then, like girls, we have a gang of friends. We are all girls, so that every Sunday we fight. Have you heard that before? Every Sunday, even after church, our lunch, we have where we meet. So we just go and toja. I don't know how to use that in English. I want to toja, and you beat
Go
that
and look
person
for
up.
trouble.
You go and look for someone's trouble. And if you win that day, you'll be the champion for the next week.
Seriously.
And you will fight another person the next Sunday. If that person beats you up, you are a loser for that week. That person is not the winner for the week. So you can understand how traumatic, how traumatizing that kind of life was.
Was, yeah. And it all came from the
So I
experience you had
lived that
from
life for so many
your
years
parents.
from my
I
parents. So
got
I
it.
transferred it to my personal life. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have the set of friends that is also like that.
Also, wow.
And the environment was not even encouraging. If I should mention the environment I grew up in, people say, but I grew up in
Okay,
Ogunpa
bad
area.
in Ibadan.
That place. Even then, it was still okay. It was still like Alakaway State, but there are so many towns there, even then. Do you understand? So if you cannot fight, you can't live in that kind of area. You cannot be a strong
Okay,
person.
but
You
it's
can't live
like
in that kind of area.
it's like a
You're difficult to
slum,
fight for
like a
yourself.
slum environment in Ibadan. I said, okay, but it's like a slum in Ibadan.
Exactly. Nobody will hear that place. I'm not saying, hey, people look like Basi, oh, they revive high. They will not know that I really worked on myself. Do you understand? So while growing up, I saw my mom suffering, and I was also living in that suffering. And I picked it up that I must end this thing. I stopped my father from abusing my mom. I stood up for her. I said, no, this thing must end. I just told her, I said, Yanike, you are leaving this place. You are leaving this place, and nothing will happen. Because it now turns to be a norm. Like if you have something, she must be beaten. I remember the story. I remember that I wanted to have my WAEC that year, and I was supposed to pay. Unfortunately, I was the social prefect of my set, my school then. Of course, I'm brilliant. So my principal was so in love with me, Mrs. Family. I didn't know if she's still alive now. So she she was like, Wura, you have not paid your school WAEC fee. Why? There was no money. So I remember that my father's younger last born of his family, of his mom, wanted to have his wedding that year. This person was coming from the US to come and have his wedding. My daddy prefers to sponsor the wedding than to pay for my WAEC.
Wow, that's quite
And he told me to
traumatizing.
wait till, you understand? And he told me to wait till the next year.
Wow.
Write my own WAEC. Why you are entering the story later one in US plus when that's in US, Nigeria. But even telling me to wait for the next year. And my mom said, it's not possible. This person has money. He's coming from the US to come and do his wedding. Your own child is here to do his own
She just starting
success in
life.
life. So you wait. And that was when his beating started. I cannot forget. The belt that my dad used to beat my mom cut my hand. But I had to use my hand to block the belt. Do you know the funniest part? My dad did not pay for that WAEC. After the meeting, we still went for the wedding
After all
at
the
Ileife.
beatings.
Yes, my mom and myself, we still wait for the wedding. Even when they treated us so badly at the party. Myself and my mom, My siblings were still young there, so they did not follow us. Even when they treated us so badly, we still went. When we are coming back from that program, from that wedding, we begged for transport fare back to Ibadan.
Wow.
My mom suffered to pay for the WAEC. My principal paid for my NECO.
Wow.
That's how worse it was then. So traumatizing, so scary. Even the last one of our house then, that she's now grown, she's now a dentist. She could remember some things, even when she was so little then. She could remember some things.
Wow. And there are so many
Do you understand?
children growing up in environments like this presently as we speak. There are still so many children that are growing up in environments like this. So this is an awareness call for parents. When when things are happening between us, it affects our children. So we have so many children that are out there that are very violent, fight easily, are very aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
and all of this. These are coming from home homes that are dysfunctional, and we should understand that even when you are in school as a teacher, you see a child that is very violent, is the next thing is not to just start caning that child. You may help that child to
At
figure
all.
out what is happening in the home and probably involve
Mm-hmm.
counselors or social welfare people to help
Mm-hmm.
reach out to that home, because when children are growing up in a traumatic environment, it affects their mindset. Now because she saw that beating, that made her to be defensive, that before you come me sef I go give you
I'm ready.
gbasgbo before you bring it.
I'm ready to give you back to back. I will be always ready.
So how did these experiences make you feel as a child? How did it make you feel as a child? Did you feel safe at home? What was your can you remember how you were
I
feeling as a child then?
I always feel like a man that is ready to face a battle every day. I was ready to face any battle. If you meet me in the midnight, I will fight you. If you meet me in the morning, I will fight you. My life was full of trouble, like ija, ija. We just want to fight, just want to look for trouble, just want to look for trouble. Do you understand? I'm friendly. I'm a very from my childhood. I'm a very very friendly girl. But when you look for my trouble, you must collect. Ah, no one looks for my mom was telling me, Joe, mo ń jáde má jà o. Má bàyàn jà jọ́ nítorí mo bẹ́ẹ̀ torí Ọlọ́run tí màá fi dé, má jẹ́ ń gbọ́ kó bẹ́ anybody jà. Because it's not a thing I live in. I live with. I'm not used to that kind of life. Like fighting is for me to rescue myself from anybody. I'm ready to give it to you anything.
So at that
I
time
protect my mom
as a
and my
child, did you
siblings
realize
till I
those
marry.
experiences? I got your point. Now let's look at it this way. As a child, did you realize that those experiences were affecting you, or it was when you grew up that the awareness came? That was it when you grew up that you got the awareness, or even as a child you realized that this thing is not good?
No, I didn't see it as a problem. Oh. Then I didn't see that. I used to see it as a thing that okay, I can defend myself anywhere. No, I see it
It's
as
normal.
norms, as a normal thing. Yes.
So for those that are joining our this channel for the first time, quickly go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like it, and share this link to somebody, to a parent. For those that are not familiar with the topic trauma, so there are so many videos I've done already in the channel. Go through the channel maybe later to learn more, because when you are in a traumatic environment, there's a way that your brain begin to assume it is normal. That is what she just explained. You will just see it as normal. You won't even know that you are going through trauma until you get to the place of awareness. So I want to ask you,
Exactly.
did this experience affect your adulthood? How did those childhood experience show in your adult? Did they affect your confidence, your trust, your fear, anger, anxiety, communication, or self-esteem? In what way did they affect you as an adult? Hello? I think we've lost her. So for those that are listening, did you ever experience childhood domestic violence as a child? What was your experience? If you are comfortable sharing, share with us on the and let us know. How did you experience domestic violence? If you did, how did it make you feel as a child? Let's hear from you. Um, let's also learn from you. How did it make you feel? Did it affect you as an adult? Did you even know that what happened to you as a child was a traumatic experience? So we lost you at the moment you are back. So I was asking you this question that when how did those experience their childhood trauma, how did it affect you as an adult? Did it affect your confidence as an adult, or your trust level, or your fear, or did
Can
it
you hear
put
me
fear
for
in
a
you,
second?
or anger, or anxiety, or maybe it affected the way you communicated, or your self-esteem? How did it affect you as an adult? Did you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, ma'am. Wow, it seems you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? So let's hear from you, our listeners, our viewers. Did you at any point, the chat, just put on the chat, did you experience domestic violence? Probably not you. Sometimes we live with people that uh, they are always fighting. How did that experience make you feel? Knowing that these people are always fighting. It's even you that you are not in that family. It can be traumatizing that people around you are always fighting. So how did that experience make you feel, if you ever had such experience, or you were in that family yourself? How did it make you feel? Then did it affect your confidence as an adult? We would like to read your comments, so drop a comment. And those that are just joining for the first time, subscribe to the channel, like this video, watch our other previous video on trauma. We've talked so much about trauma, and we have so many conversations about how trauma affects people in adulthood. We've had even we last week we talked about how trauma affects emotional abuse affects children. We had a guest who spoke so much on emotional abuse, and we've been having conversation on this channel. So thank you for joining us. We are expecting Mrs. Urola to join back. So I would like to get your feedback. Do you want to share with us? Do you feel comfortable sharing your childhood experience? Did you experience domestic violence at any time? How did it make you feel? How did it? Because honestly, we can't separate misunderstanding between couples. Of course, we came from different background. We have different orientations. Our experiences as children are different. We have different parents, sometimes even different geographical locations. So some people, we have intra-tribal marriage, intra-racial marriage, and all of these things. We came with different experiences. Now, some people came from a home where it was so peaceful. We have this cordial relationship with mom and dad. While some people came from a toxic relationship. So, because of those differences that we have as children, our experiences were different. Some adults actually struggled to become adults by themselves. Nobody trained them. They just grew up, and realized that they had to fend for themselves. And those people will also get married. So, um, in what way did your childhood experience affected you as an adult? We'd like to read your comments. So drop your comments on the chat, and let's read from you. People learn from your experiences as well. Our goal is not to hurt you, or give you a negative flashback of experience. Our goal is to help you to come to the place of awareness, and then decide to heal, and also to break that cycle of trauma. So if, for example, in your marriage you are going through domestic violence, you need to check what is causing it, what are the factors, because violence don't just happen. So some things are affecting it. So look look inward. Is it so? Do you at any time contribute to it? If yes, so how can we adjust it? And if no, What can you do differently that will stop that continuous violence in the home so that we can protect our children? So welcome back, Mrs. Urola. Welcome back.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the
Thank
question I
you.
was trying to get your feedback was on effects of childhood trauma on adulthood. In what way did the experience you had as a child affected you as an adult? Did it affect your self-esteem, your confidence, the way you communicated, the way your relationship level, or did you develop an angry spirit? Were you anxious? Did you affect your self-esteem? We'd like to hear that part of you.
Okay. Firstly, I want to thank God for the kind of husband God gives me, because I'm one of the kind of person that don't hide myself, and he is the kind of person that quickly understand that I have a problem. We fight, we fight a lot, but he was the first person that told me that I am not your father. Don't transfer this aggression. I cannot be like your father. Because initially I brought all that bad energy into my marriage. I was kind of like, Jawa Jausi, always guiding. If you say anything, you will see anyhow. That's my mentality. I'm always ready to fight him whenever we have an argument. Like, I used to my man, no. Like, I always tell my husband, I will beat my husband. I always have that in my number boy, you know, not listen. Do you understand? That is how that
Yeah.
trauma went deeply in my life. Mario called me like some a toy that I can beat.
Wow.
So there was a day he told me that if you feel like you can beat me and I just kill you, what will you do? Because I'm always ready to fight him. Because that was how I was brought up.
Brought up. Wow.
Yes, and he just sat down and said, "Calm down, calm down. This is your own marriage. It's not your mother's and your father's marriage." So with time, I tried to reduce my aggressiveness, my kind of mentality. And there was this time I was supposed to teach a Sunday school. I was the head of the committee in my church. And my husband said, "You'll be the one to teach this lesson."
Topic.
I was like, eh? Sunday school. I knew that he knows that book will deal with me. So I had to study that Sunday school pamphlet first. And he dealt with me seriously before I start teaching the church.
Wow.
And from that point, I felt that Jawonsha, as in, I was broken. I was totally broken. I have three or two scenarios in my church, in my own church, that they want to beat me. As in, members want to beat me. My church members want. I'm the pastor's wife, oh. My husband is the G of the church, members, women like me, they want to beat me, and I will just be like that.
They didn't know the kind of person you were.
And they didn't know. So there was one particular woman that was like, "Mommy, no shame say." In fact, she even removed her scarf, fighting on her wrapper. Don't put that for me.
to beat
I was sitting down, I was
to beat
waiting.
mommy G, oh. It cannot really happen.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, to beat me in my husband's church, in God's church. And my husband was, they went to go and call my husband from outside. And when he came in, he saw me that I was sitting down. So he was happy seeing that I was not exchanging words with that woman. So he went straight to his office and told the ushers to go and call the woman. And he was like, "Kilo Shele, what happened? Hey, what did you do that got you? Kilo Beton Bay." And he was like, "Mommy, Kilo Shele, hey, calm down." I was just like this. And the next thing my husband said was, "Okay, Simba Tule Funifu, Shele Damu." And the woman was shocked. My husband said, "Èmi náà mà ṣe gẹ́ yẹn lọ. Tó bá mú yín, tí n bá túlẹ̀ fún yín fún 5 minutes ó máa pa yín ni. And that was when the woman calmed down said pé torí pé tí tó ń jẹ́ tó ń filẹ̀ fún ọ̀dọ̀ tó ń gbà tẹ́yìn máa sọ̀tọ̀ fún máa wò yín and the reason for that gentleness in her èmi no respect not because she didn't know what to do with you no respect mi ni.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I didn't say a word though. I was just like my sister now said something that ẹ ti change wọ́n dẹ̀ sì ń jẹ́ ẹ ti dùn wúrà ọ̀la. Because that name Nike always triggers my background, my foundation.
Wow.
Do you understand? When you call me Nike, you make me remember my childhood. Like what you But when you call me Wurola, I feel calm, like I'm alone, God go, deputy Holy Spirit. You understand? So he, my growth in marriage, of course, most times we really woman show àwọn not the permit to heal o. I'm not healed o. The healing is not yet there o. I'm still in process. I'm working on myself daily.
Yeah.
Temptation will come in my workplace, even in church, even in my marriage with my husband. Every day, temptation will come. Every day.
Wow.
But as long as I'm working on myself and I know that I have children, and my children are watching me, I should watch it.
So somebody dropped a comment, said my father abused us financially, even though he refused to let my mom work. Wow. Okay, it's
Yes,
I
that's my
think okay,
friend. She's my
tell
friend.
me. Okay, Borode. Say my childhood
Tell me
trauma
lady.
made me
Tell me bestie.
decide to be financially independent. That their father abused her financially. Yes, sometimes women go through financial abuse, and that is why we advocate that women should be financially independent. It's not to be to have competition with the
That
men,
affects
but
me
at
too. I
least to
have
be
to
able to
work.
sort out.
I've been selling things. I've been selling things from my primary school. Selling market from my primary school days. I will hawk pure water and ice water then. It was ice water then. I will save money to buy clothes by December for my siblings and I. Support
You were
my
the
mom
firstborn.
because I know that she didn't have any other thing to do like to sell and human goods. So I will sell marketing law, somebody that is school. I will help her stay in shop. I will save money. I will do distribution. Then I job as little as I was. Then so by
So
December
that
I will give her
experience
money
made
meal.
you begin to it made you that experience made you to become an adult early. You have
Early,
to
exactly.
start.
Do you know that it affects me that even in marriage, I don't know how to ask for money for my husband. I don't know how to ask for money for my husband. I'm just learning that recently.
We didn't get that part. You said you're
And
just learning
he's
what
used
we
to
didn't.
like in my marriage,
He
I'm
said
just
something. We
learning how
didn't.
to ask for money from my husband.
Oh, okay, okay.
It affects me because I feel that I can do it myself.
Mm.
You understand? So now that it's affecting me, with the money I'm saving, I don't have, it's not even enough. So I have to ask. Now, my husband is used to, my brother will sort it. My will do it. He's a very faithful man, no, I won't lie you. He's a public place. But he has trust in me. Yeah, he has trust in me that when I am share, I'm just your own, even if I don't come to the house, if I travel, I don't give her money, she will sort it out. And it's affecting me. It's affecting me.
Because
And it's not
you
my
made
fault.
him
It's
feel
the
you
way
are
I
too
grew up.
independent earlier.
Yeah, that I'm a superwoman.
Superwoman. Wow. So now let's look at it this way. Now, beyond the fact that you became a GO's wife, and you have to teach on the school, so which made you have, you know, personal self-awareness and internal conversation with yourself. At what point did you see that this behavior is affecting me? When did you? At what point did you have to when did you first realize that some of your reaction were connected to your unresolved childhood, on the childhood trauma, and then you decide to focus more on yourself? Was there any situation that happened beyond the church one? Did you notice anything in your children or your marriage or something that triggered you and said, this this thing that is happening to me is from my childhood, and I need to really take a serious decision right now? At what point did you get to that place
Okay.
of transformation?
Okay. There was this day my husband gave me money. It's been long ago. Then it was maybe 2013. 2013. My husband gave me 55 for soup money. Owó ọbẹ̀. And I was so 35K. Ó ti kéré jù. I threw that money at him that I don't want. Like I told you that I'm always ready to fight. So I threw the money back at him. Say, oh, Kini, what kind of money is this? You have to give me additional money like 5K. Then 5K is huge. Is very huge. Like you have surplus things in the house. So he was angry. He didn't say anything. He just called my mom. Like, Wura did this. Like he threw money back at me. And my mom called me and said, sorry, permit me to say this in Yoruba. Sorry, Ekpesha, ọpẹ́ fún ẹ lówó ọbẹ̀. Ò ń dáwó padà fún, ò ń dáwó sí lára. Ẹni ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ fún mi lówó ọbẹ̀ rí. Níjọ́ tó ti gbọ́njú, tí wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ fún mi lówó láyé ẹ̀ pé gbà fi sí ọbẹ̀. That is shattered and broke my heart. And I was like, òótọ́ nìkan tí yà ń sọ o. Since that day, I rather had money. That's the first brokenness tí mo ní in my marriage.
Wow.
Secondly, it was late before I started having children. I waited before I started having children. So
Yeah.
also I had my first daughter. We used to fight a lot, as in couples will always fight. And there's this day, my daughter was maybe a plus. We're having this argument. Hot argument in the room. We thought she was a baby, and she was on the bed. We are shouting at the top of our voices. We are shouting, and the baby was just saying, you baby, you just shouted like, you're disturbing me, like he screams, and that our scream stopped us. Our scream stopped us from shouting like, so from that moment, I personally
Seems we lost her again. So let's just hold on. She will join us very soon. She will join us soon. Any Ire, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Funmilayo Olatidoye. Hello. Thank you for joining us. So we've been talking about effects of domestic violence on children, how it affects them in their childhood, and how it affects them as they are growing up. So that's what we've been talking about. And so if you had any childhood trauma experience in domestic violence, we are looking at domestic violence now. We'd like to hear from you. If you feel comfortable sharing with us, feel free to drop. What experience did you have as a child as regards domestic violence? How did it affect you? Yes, and how did you start your healing journey, or you have not started at all? So let's hear from you. So I'm talking to our audience, and can you hear me now?
and I'm hearing you faintly.
Okay, you were talking about how your turning point in all of this experience, and you were showing how you and your husband, you were having an argument, and your daughter started crying. That was the last thing you were saying before the network threw you out.
Okay, should I continue now?
The flower. Yes, go ahead, ma. Go ahead.
Okay.
Continue.
So afterwards, I decided to work on myself that I don't want these children to grow up to understand that they must over everything. Because by the time they see that it can be through shouting, they can only sort things through nagging or shouting. They are getting traumatized. They are getting traumatized or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have to work on myself. My husband too was conscious of that. But if you cover my money, I want to tell my pariwo, I want to my pariwo story. So you have to be I'm watching myself, I'm being conscious. And whenever I see my attitude in them, because we might not know there's some attitude or actions that you have done in the past. You definitely see it in your children's life that this child resemble me with this. This is my attitude in my child.
Yeah.
The first thing is not for you to attack that child or to try to correct him or her forcefully. You have to understand that a Milofi job, this child resemble me with this attitude, and try to help that
Yeah.
child out of that character with love.
Yeah.
My first daughter is very defensive. Very, very. I know that that's me. So I'm helping her that you can't attack anything anyhow. Calm down and understand why that thing happened before you want to help it or you want to fight it. If you should fight, fine. If it doesn't need you to fight, just sort it out with love or with just light whatever. My daughter don't have female friends. All her friends are boys.
Just like you.
Just like me. She was telling me today that, mommy, when I grow, I want to be a boxer. I was like, boxer ke?
Are you serious?
This afternoon.
Wow.
She's a girl.
Do you
She's
know
not a boy, yo.
there's a study?
Be a-
There's a study that there's a psychological study that says that most people who end up becoming
I can't
fighters.
hear you well. It's too fainting.
Oh, I said there's a study. Is it clear now? I'm actually shouting.
It's not loud.
Wow.
Maybe the network, Sha, is not loud.
Okay. There's a study that shows that most people who end up becoming wrestlers or boxers is out of aggression.
Trauma.
Most people who
Exactly,
choose that
trauma.
profession is because of
Aggression.
yes, trauma, yes. So they prefer to use that negative vibes to get a job or a profession that they can vent their anger. So
I actually
you
learned
see
how to box, oh.
childhood trauma.
I learned how to box, oh.
You did? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
I learned how to fight.
Wow.
I learned how to ride a bicycle, tricycle, no, Okada. I learned how to, as all iṣẹ́ ọkùnrin, I want to do main thing. I love organizer. I can do anything. I can do fan. I can do electricity. I can do anything that spoil my house. I do it myself. I live like a man. I fix my bulb myself.
Wow.
Because I grew up to be like that.
So in a way, okay, with all of what we have said, even though it was trauma, it was childhood trauma, somehow that experience made you strong, made you to become, independent. So somehow it has a little bit of positive effect on you, even though it happened
Of course. Of course.
out
If
of
it is possible for
trauma.
every being to face this kind of life, at least just a bit of it is better.
Really?
Because if I don't face that kind of life, this phase that I am in my life right now, I might have died.
Wow.
Because there are some things I have faced that I've seen in my younger age, and now that if not for those experiences, I will not sustain this life that I'm living now. It makes me strong. I know that, Wura, you can only live by yourself. How did domestic violence affect you as a child? You can only
No, I'm asking the
live
audience.
by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You can't live by anybody. Nobody can sustain you. Nobody can make you stay alive. Nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you give you joy. You can only create your own joy, the lifestyle you want to live for
You own
yourself.
your own joy. Make yourself happy. Yeah. I said
Exactly.
you own yourself to be happy. Your joy should not come from
Exactly.
anybody. It should come from within you. That's a good point.
Not even my husband can give me joy, because most times one thing it helps me with is I move on quickly. If anything happens to me now, if it happened now, in the next 3 hours, I might have moved on to something else. You'll be like, was she not the same person that have problem now? That's me. That's me. You'll be asking if I'm the same person that has problem just now.
Yeah.
I lost my child 2018. The day I lost that child, I still went to the place I went to go and buy Maggi to cook soup. I still cook soup that day. I ate. Not that I wasn't happy. That was after so many years I've waited to have a child. That was the first child I had. And he died. Will I die with the child? I moved on. Though I suffered, I was traumatized, I was depressed. But that moment, I have to put it off my heart that Oti Shelle. My son was even saying, period that one boy. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
The experience has hardened you.
So that's me. All those lives that I've lived in the past, in my from my young, from my toddler time till this moment, till I got married, to this moment, was just a way that God was preparing me for the time I am now. God has really prepared me for the worst. Nothing can shake me again. Nothing. I always tell people, nothing
So
to see
what
not only
what
fresh not only freak me. Nothing that there's nothing new thing that can happen to me that can freak me again. I'm always ready
Okay, so let
to
me
face what
rephrase.
life brings and what God brings to me at the moment.
Yeah.
And if He
Let me
has
let
not
me
taken my
rephrase.
life, I think there's still hope.
Yeah. So let me rephrase what you have said. So what the takeaway from what you said so far is that whatever experience you have as a child or
I
as
can't
an
hear you.
adult, whether painful, please, the audience, can you hear me? I think
Ewale mo
your
program.
internet at your end. Can I would
I
like
can't
to
hear
know
you.
if people are hearing me. All right,
It's
but
too,
I
as
can
in
hear
the
you
audio is
clearly.
is distance to me.
I'm hearing you very clearly. I'm hearing you audibly. I'm hearing you audibly. So the takeaway from this is that when you are going through trouble or problems, is not to destroy you, actually
Hold on, ma.
to
Can you type question? Yeah, mama, sit down. I'm coming. Ẹ ṣeun
okay,
sir.
I am paraphrasing. I am paraphrasing what I'm saying.
But me, I can't hear the host. Oh, everybody's hearing, but I can't hear the host. I don't know what is
Wow.
happening. Maybe is it my phone or something? I've tried to loud it.
Wow. So I'm trying to paraphrase that whatever happens to you, maybe you should leave and come back again. You can exit and come back.
Okay, okay.
Uh, so whatever happens to you, not necessarily destroy you, is to make you stronger. So we have had people who had terrible childhood experiences or even negative experiences as adults, and they prefer to remain in that experience and they don't want to come out of it. So the experiences you have or you had could be toxic, could be traumatizing, but the very good thing about it is that what lesson are you learning from that experience? What lesson is it giving you, and how do you come out from that negative experience? Because trauma can affect a whole lot about your life. It can limit you, it can limit your potential, it can make you toxic, affect your relationship and all of that. So as an adult who have grown now, of course that makes you an adult. The trauma you had wasn't your fault. The experiences you had, the domestic violence that happened to your parents, it was your parents' issue, it wasn't your problem, because children also have a way to blame themselves for their parents' misunderstanding. So it wasn't your fault. Whatever happened when you were growing up wasn't your fault. The relationship well. But now it is your responsibility as an adult to heal. So you need to get to the level where you are healing.
Yeah.
So you're welcome back, Mrs. Wuraola. Can you hear me clearly
Yes, ma'am. I
now?
can hear you very well now. Yes, 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 yes.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I was trying to paraphrase what you said that time. That what the lesson I'm learning from your experience is that though you had a toxic childhood, it's made you it's the negative effect is that it made you to toughen. You became toughened
Exactly.
and toxic. Yes, and you
Mm-hmm.
were ready,
Mm-hmm.
you were battle ready. So for those that are new in this channel, scroll
And
through
I'm
my
so loving.
channel, you
I'm
see
very
the
loving. I'm a loving girl.
I know. So go and follow the playlist of the childhood trauma. We had an extensive talk discussion on that. So that you can learn where you are and you can start healing. So and now the negative part is that it's made you toughen, make you aggressive, made you angry, battle ready, and then you normalize the trauma. But the other side is that
Mm-hmm.
you decide to become independent. You didn't allow your childhood experience to make you it's made you to say, okay, I
At
need to
all.
make myself happy.
And the
I
fact
need
that this
to
point,
stand for myself. Yeah.
those
Go ahead.
many ladies always use their problem to do something, to do so many wrong things like prostitution, using it as an ability to sleep with men. I was never like that. I channel my energy
Yeah.
to as into business, to work, to make money.
Yeah.
So men are coming, no. I won't lie, men are coming. Men are rich men. Rich men are really coming. Rich men are really coming my way. But I'm like, "Clay, what did you want to give me? I have what you want to give me, I have. And it's money.
All right.
So by the
So
time I
now
enter this higher
let's go
institution, I
to
already had I have a shop. So to have a boyfriend is not like Clay for me the whole lot. I have that money. So you go ahead and do your family.
wow. So it's good to know that you channeled your own aggression positively. You channeled your aggression positive, which is a good outcome. Now many people who suffered childhood trauma are afraid of the repetition, and that is the major goal of this channel: breaking the cycle of that abuse, breaking it. What intentional steps did you take, or do you advise people who have had terrible childhood that is affecting them in adulthood? What steps did you take that can also help them to begin to heal?
The first thing, can you hear me, ma?
Very well, clearly.
The first thing is God should give us the good partner, a good partner that will help you identify your problem. You know, there are some partners that will say, "Oh, that way you are like, I think you are a mad woman. Where you baba ti run eh, where you ti run. Oh, that put it that way. My husband is tough. I'm not saying he's calm, but it was the first thing that made me understand that we are only problem.
Yeah.
Sincerely, I know that I have a problem. I identified that problem myself. That this is the problem. Oh.
So you must get to the point of
And do you know the
awareness.
honest part? I don't use that against any other person than my husband. That aggression was just between me and my husband. I will never do any bad thing to anybody outside. It's just me and my husband.
And because you are replaying what happened in your parents' home, you didn't want your husband to bring that
Exactly.
negative energy your daddy gave your mom. That is so you were battle ready. And that is what happens a lot of time in
Exactly.
marriages. Children who grew up seeing domestic violence, when they get into their marriage, they are battle ready. So that is why many homes are in
They are about to
trouble,
ready.
because they have not healed.
Mm-hmm.
They are seeing their father or their mother in their
In their
spouse,
husband. Exactly.
which is very dangerous. So when you, if
So,
you had a negative
so
childhood, a traumatic childhood, you need to understand that it was your parents' problem, it is not your own problem, so that you don't start seeing your
it's
spouse
not.
as the enemy. That is what is
But if
affecting
you
many
don't see someone
homes
that will
right
help
now.
you, there's no how you get out of that trauma.
Mm.
If nobody helps that person, there's no how the person would know that he or she is in trouble. The only person that can help such traumatic person is his or her partner. That's why I said that God will give us a good partner that will identify the problem for you and help you out of that problem, or else that marriage will not stand.
I also want to add this before
Because
you
if you
continue.
have a very sensitive husband or wife that will say, my partner is traumatized, the person will call you and said, babe, calm down. This thing is not like this. It's like we will trace the problem with you and for you, and we will help you to fight it.
Yes,
I
I
had
want
it,
to add this
I
to I
identify
want
my
to
problem.
okay. I want to add this to your thoughts before you continue.
Okay.
Now, because some people, everybody is not lucky to have an understanding spouse, so we don't take them out of this conversation. Sometimes you may not be lucky to have an understanding spouse. The most important thing is now you know that maybe your negative vibes, the pain, the experience you're even having in your marriage, that continuous argument is from your childhood.
Mm,
You are seeing your father
exactly.
or your mother in your
Mm-hmm.
spouse, so you must come to the level of awareness, because if you are waiting for your spouse to notice it, what if your spouse also came from a toxic marriage? Your spouse came from a toxic family, you came from a toxic, so none of you is seeing anything. So you as an individual must come to the level of awareness, understand that okay,
Mm,
this pain, this argument that is keep happening is because of I have seen too much of it, I have normalized it, and I am living it. You must come to the place of awareness, because if you have not come to the place of awareness, you can't start healing, and you need to start the
mm,
journey of healing. So that is
exactly.
what I want to bring out here.
And
Come to the
if
place
you
of
don't heal, you
awareness.
transfer it to your children.
Sure, that's
If
it,
you don't heal,
exactly.
you transfer it to your children automatically, unknowingly. Unknowingly, you transfer it to your children.
Yeah.
And of course, the trend will continue. The trend will
Yeah.
continue, and you don't be yeah, no job, I bet no job. And it's not that both the one, but because the first person has not worked on him on herself. I've been
Yeah.
trying a lot of ways to work on myself. And whenever I see that trait in my children, I help them out of it and tell them, no, you can't do this way. I won't beat them, but I will help them out of that state because I know that Wamino. And whenever I see that Iwayi is from their father, that behavior is from their father, I say, Babawa, this is your attitude. That's what I always do. Pastor Tolu, this is your attitude though. This girl is behaving like you. And we will deal with it together. If we even say, my girl, this girl is this is my attitude. There's a way my children sleeps. They cannot sleep and bend their side. They only sleep like a man. And it's just the way their daddy sleeps. And he's trying to correct them. Don't sleep like this. You're not me. Childhood. I can't correct it again. You you understand? Both
Yeah.
of them, they sleep just like their father. Just like the same way.
Mm. Ọmọ ẹkùn ni
So,
ẹkùn máa ń jọ.
so that kind
Ilé
of
ọmọ
things, because
ẹkùn
we are
máa ń jọ.
sensitive to know that we need to work on.
Yeah.
Another thing is both of them they're sucking their fingers.
Mm.
Nobody sucks their fingers in my own family. It's from their own family. He's trying to stop them.
Yeah.
This thing is just genetic and it's just blood thing. Whenever you see that this thing is from my side, this thing is from let me work on it. And that's it. Just identify that it's a problem you have to solve.
Yeah.
And everything will work
Fantastic.
out the way we want it. But
All
if you
right.
are forcing
So,
the change, you can't force a change. You can't force a change in a child or even in you. You have to identify it first and then work on it to be
yeah.
helped. You can't even help yourself.
Yeah. Very,
That's it.
very true. So, as we begin to round up, because people wants to go and watch the final, the World Cup final. All
Oh,
right, before
that's
we
true.
start
That's
losing
true.
people here. Okay, so let's quickly a message. What message do you have for parents? What would you say to parents who believe as long as I'm not hitting my child, they will be fine, even though they constantly fight in front of their child. So some people, when we
As
talk
long
about
as
child abuse,
I'm not here.
okay, some people when we talk about child abuse, some people feel shebi I'm not kuku beating my child, I'm not insulting my child, it's between me and my husband. What do you have to say to such parents who think child abuse is limited to beating a child and they are always fighting in front of those children?
Ah. One thing I would tell any parent is please don't fight in the presence of your children. If you have to fight at all, don't let it be in their presence. Maybe you can even drive yourself out of the house. You can drive yourself to a bush, go and beat yourself there and come back together again. Another thing is not beating a child does not mean that they will be perfect. Oh. If you need to beat them, beat them. I'm not a Gen Z mother. I'm an African mom. I say it anywhere. As little as my children are, I teach them morals. I teach them senses. I'm not a Gen Z mother. I will not teach you what my mother don't teach you. I will add what is good and remove the negatives. Because these days, if you don't teach your children well, you will not eat the fruit of your labor. So fighting in the presence of your children is out of it.
Is out of it,
And
yeah.
unfortunately for us, the
So
children nowadays, they are highly sensitive. They are highly super sensitive. Even if you use your eyes to talk to yourself in the house, they know.
that's
My
true.
children would
So
if they sense that we are fighting, they say, my daddy, my mom is your friend. My mom is your friend. My dad is your friend. They know that we are fighting. They're having any misunderstanding that we are not talking to each other. They'll be asking, is the daddy your friend? Daddy is not a good boy, Shebi. He's not a good boy. They will ask me. They will ask their dad too.
so they
They are
also have
sensitive, so we have
feelings,
to be
they understand
careful.
what is happening. Yeah, they do, they do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so what message do you
When you are
have to
friendly
for
and when you are not friendly.
couples? Sure, sure. When you are friendly in the house, there is this positive emotion that radiates in the house, and when you are not, there's
That flows.
tension, even they may be silent. Yes, so
Exactly.
parents should understand that their children are watching, and don't think they don't know, they are seeing you. So even if we can't eliminate misunderstanding
Mm-hmm.
between couples, but don't argue, fight, hit each other. Of course
That's
wrong,
it.
is absolutely wrong, but even if you need to argue or disagree on something, not in front of your children, and if it is happening, somebody should be calm,
Mm.
but sometimes you can't always be 100% perfect. Sometimes maybe you did something, your spouse is angry, you don't need to respond immediately. You can, because if you respond, the moment you start responding, that is when the anger will continue. But one person needs to be calm while the other person, when the other person is angry. Gradually you begin to understand each other and you begin to solve your problems, because like I said earlier, you came from different backgrounds, and because you came from different backgrounds, you didn't know each other, love or something brought you together and you decided to get married. You will always see differences. There's no perfect relationship, but you can work towards perfection. So what advice, what message do you have for couples who are going through conflict right now? What What, because some people don't know that their conflict is
The best thing
affecting
is
their children. What do you have to tell them?
the best thing is, let me say this in Yoruba, maybe I will not say it in English. Kẹ́nìkan jẹ́ ewúrẹ́, kẹ́nìkan jẹ́ àgùntàn. So one of us will be a sheep and one of us will be a goat. And I always advise that the woman should be the sheep for the moment, for the moment that the argument is still hot. So when your husband is now more calm, you now start to, maybe if you want to be the goat, then because both of you cannot be the goat at the same time because of the children. They are watching. I learned that along the way, that when my husband is angry, I can't be angry at the moment because the children are watching and they will see you both of you shouting and it's affecting them. So, and it always comes back to the mother. Àṣìbọ́mọ ẹ náà ni, ṣìbọ́mọ ẹ náà ni. So women, please always calm down. Let's be the one to be on the calming down side, so that we have a say on the long run.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Then finally, I also want to add this. For especially for Nigerians, we've not embraced therapy. If you are having issues in your marriage, please embrace therapy. Don't do it alone. You can't live life alone.
Exactly.
Don't,
If
when
necessary.
we are
If
getting
it's
married, they
not,
always say
if
this thing.
it's too deep,
Uh-huh. They always say don't involve third party. It's not in all cases. If you feel that you're having too many toxic experience, speak out, talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be negative
there are some cases that you have to
approach.
include third party. There are some cases that you have to
Yeah.
include third party. If it's
A
some critical
third party that
issues,
can help you, not people
please
that will
include
add
third
sand to
party.
it, that will help you, that
Not
will
people
help
that are
you to
senseless.
get better.
You have to look for people that will help
Uh-huh.
you.
Yes. So don't handle your problem alone. Get help, because when you get help, sometimes you may even get to the place of awareness because of the help you are seeking. Don't talk to people that will add problem and will tell you how bad your husband is, how stupid, how or tell you how bad your wife is. Let it be people that can help you to objectively look at what is happening and guide you. Now, finally, what do you have to say to survivors of childhood trauma, people who survived it, who are still in pain, who have not healed? What do you have to talk to them, or who are healing? What do you have to tell survivors? Did you hear my question?
I can't hear that, ma. Mi ì gbọ́ yín mọ́. Okay. It's hanging. Oh. It's hanging.
Okay, I think my internet went off a bit. I said, what do you have to tell survivors of childhood trauma who went through domestic violence as a child and is affecting them in their adulthood? What do you have to tell them? What advice you have for them?
They should just deal with themselves. Try to heal. Deal with yourself. Try to heal. It's never for you to heal. No matter how huge the trauma is, heal and let it go. Just let it go. If your past can be, if you can restitute with your past, you can. And if you don't feel like restituting, please let it be and be yourself and grow. Grow beyond the trauma. You are shouting. Grow beyond the trauma and live well. Live a, for me, my past is in my past now. Welcome.
Don't worry, we'll let mommy go now. We're already closing. We have taken mommy's attention for too long. Sorry
They
about
just
that.
came in. They went to talk program. They just came in. Sorry. They're
Okay.
supposed to have been sleeping by now.
All right. Okay, so thank you so much. What would you tell your childhood, what would you tell the girl, if you need to talk to your little girl, I mean you, the little you, what would you tell that girl now? Did you get the question?
I did not. Oh, Hank.
I
It
said,
sounds
if
good. I
you have
think.
to go back to your childhood, if you have to go back to your child, what
Mm.
will you tell Olanike? What will you tell her now? Olanike, if you have to go back in time and you can see your childhood, what will you tell your daughter, your Olanike, you? What will you tell your little you?
My young me.
Yes.
Ah. Number one thing is, if I had God, enough God, then I will not go through all those things.
Lost you. Mm. As we lost her here for a while, she's back. She's coming back. So we are rounding up gradually. So we'd like to hear from you. What lesson did you learn from today's conversation? Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead. You were talking to your little you.
So what I will tell my younger me, God, maybe I will not have that kind of trauma. Even if my parents are having problem, I'll be able to that I lived. You know, if I be a CSC member from Monsent and I'm having that kind of family issue, I might have been able to help them.
Mm. All right. Thank you
The is
so
fainting
much.
again.
We have learned a lot from you. I need to let you go. Your baby is seeking your attention now. So, one lesson every parent should take from this conversation is
Come on,
that
do it for you.
whatever we are doing as
I didn't even
parents
hear
is
anything
affecting
again.
our children. Network. Yeah, it's affecting our children, and we should be intentional in our
I
parenting
can't hear anything
because
again.
parenting is
I
just
can't hear anything again.
okay. We are closing. I'm closing. We are closing. Uh,
Okay, I'm coming.
so our attitude in the house is affecting our children, and we should be conscious of what we are doing.
Okay.
No problem.
Your leg. Okay, sorry, sorry.
So let me release you. Thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate you. Um, rounding up. Okay. Okay, so we lost Mrs. Olanike just now, Mrs. Owuraola just now. But I'm trying to close. So I want to appreciate you all for coming, but make sure that you you take home something today. Whatever we are doing as parents affects our children, and we should not, for any reason, ignore that. It's our duty to protect our children and to make sure that they are safe at every stage in our relationship with them. So when you are even having issues with your spouse, they are learning from you, they are getting hurt, they are getting traumatized. So we should be careful. So say to our spouses, they are living, they will replicate what they have learned from you. And we don't want to raise children who are living a very toxic marriage. So our duty is to protect our children and ensure that um, they we live a life we want them to live. We live a life we desire for them to live, and not the other way. So Mrs. Wuraola Olanike Wuraola, we want to appreciate you for making that time to come. You have poured yourself out
Yes, ma'am.
a lot, and I know a lot of parents or couples have learnt a lot from your story, and we really appreciate you for making out time to share your story. I believe many people who never knew that their attitude is affecting their children probably would get to the level of awareness now and begin to work their way to healing. So thank you everybody for joining today's conversation. We've been talking about how domestic violence affect children affect children, and how it affect what how it causes childhood trauma. Now it also affect them in adulthood. You have had her sharing how the experience she had in her parents home affected her, or I know was affecting her marriage, and how she started her journey to healing. So the ball is in your court now. Your trauma, the childhood trauma you experienced wasn't your fault, but it's your fault, it's your responsibility to heal and to protect your children. So I want to appreciate everybody that joined today's conversation. I believe you got something valuable. So I would like to see in the comments one thing you are taking home today. What is that one thing that you would say I learned, or what will you be doing differently from what you were doing before? I would like you to drop it on the comments. Let us learn from you. What did you learn? What step are you taking to improve on your marriage, on your family life, and how do you want to break the cycle of abuse in your marriage? So thank you all for coming. Remember that this channel is to we talk about child protection, family life education, trauma recovery, and making you the best version of yourself. My name is Patricia Abokede. See you next week, next Sunday, 7 p.m. West African time. Bye.